Hey guys, welcome back to the Profitable Cleaner podcast. I'm your host, James Harper. Listen, today's episode is one that keeps coming up in conversations that we are having with people like you, people that own a commercial cleaning company, or you're in the janitorial business in some way, shape, or form. And that question is about franchises. A lot of people have questions on should they franchise, should they not, should they spend a big chunk of money and invest in a franchise because there's a ton of cleaning franchises out there, and just kind of figuring out the franchise landscape. Number one, before we even dive into today's topic, which is franchising doesn't always solve your knowledge problem, I recommend you guys check out episode 16 on our podcast here. We really dive in deep with Jimmy St. Louis, and he's a franchise expert. He's actually the owner of franchise123.com, which is the biggest franchise and franchisee platform in the entire world. And he really gives you some pros and cons to franchising. And we're going to link that show in the show notes here for you to listen to. But I want to talk about the knowledge gap and the knowledge problem. A lot of commercial cleaners who are in the space often ask themselves, should they transition their business into a franchise model? Now, that could mean two things. Should they franchise their model and duplicate it themselves and become a franchisor? That's essentially an owner of a franchise cleaning company. Or should they pivot since they know the industry so well and look into buying into a Jan King, a Jan Pro, a really well-known franchise base, which provides you with training and all these other resources. Now, there's definitely pros to cons, like I mentioned, to both, but we're going to save that for the episode that we've linked in the show notes here with Jimmy St. Louis, because he really goes down that path. But we want to talk about the knowledge gap and the knowledge problem. What I mean by that is a lot of commercial cleaners believe that a franchise will fix their knowledge gap and give them the resources, give them a roadmap, and give them the training and outline that's needed to help scale their business. And the truth is, just based on Dave Porter's experience of working with commercial cleaners of all sorts, shapes, and sizes, franchises, non franchises, franchisees that were in good shape, franchisees that were in bad shape, and franchisors that were running a franchise network, we have found out that franchising doesn't really fix the knowledge gap. Now, that doesn't mean that franchising is bad. Franchising can really accelerate a process for you and can give you a roadmap. But I've noticed that there is a plateau when it comes to franchising, and there's a lot of limitations. And those limitations are you have to play by their rules. And if you're like me and you're out to own a business, odds are you don't like to play by other people's rules. So the question becomes, how do we fix that knowledge gap? And that's pretty simple. You have to surround yourself with a community and a fellowship of other like-minded commercial cleaners. There's a ton of organizations out there. There's a ton of great cleaning groups out there. And then you have to set yourself on a habitual, disciplined routine to dedicate to that training and dedicate to those masterminds and to those communities to actually learn from. We all have a hunger to learn, but the problem is we overestimate what we can do in a day and we underestimate what we can do in a year. Let me say that again. Typically, we overestimate what we can do in a day and we underestimate what we can do in a year. That means we jam pack our days, and typically we never get through our to-do list, which makes it really exhausting for what's considered low priority things that aren't burning bushes within our business, which means that we're investing last in our knowledge gap and our training when really that should be first. But then we underestimate what we can do in a year. If you think back the last 12 months, how much has your business grown? How much has your business changed? So if we actually allocate time, we identify a few groups that we need to be a part of, a few communities we believe that we can gain some sort of connection, fellowship, community from that provides training, then that 100% will help benefit our business over the course of the year. But the trick is we have to literally set disciplined, allocated time to helping bridge the knowledge gap. So a lot of times commercial cleaners are, hey, should I franchise? Yes, I should franchise because they're going to give me the knowledge. The truth is you still have to allocate that time to the training and to the learning and to the commitment of scaling up your business. And with that, we've also seen a lot of revenue with commercial cleaning franchises plateau because you have a lot of royalties, you have a lot of set overhead that you can't really be flexible on because you're playing by their rules. So the question of should you franchise or should you not obviously depends on your situation. We're not here to wave the flag for it. We're not here to wave the flag against it. But I will say this, we do not believe franchising your business will help fix your knowledge gap. And that's really the first question you should ask yourself is why are you considering a franchise? Is it because you need the training, you need the roadmap, you need the resources? Is it because you actually think that's going to help you scale up $250,000 and get more leads and get more cleaning contracts? Or is it because you just need to be told what to do? If you answer your why, that will really help answer your knowledge gap. But then understand you still have to commit to the learning, to the training, and we've just found it to be more profitable. That's why we're the profitable cleaner, to do that on your own. And the tips that I'm encouraging you today is find a community of people that you know, like, and trust in the commercial cleaning industry, commit to their training, and dive head first. And set aside allocated time weekly. Don't do it daily, do it weekly. Give yourself some time to really breathe, indulge in that information, and learn. A few great just organizations you need to be a part of right now. Number one is IFMA, International Management Facilities Association. You want really to understand the facility director landscape, check out IFMA. ISSA, that's a huge one in the commercial cleaning industry. Just some great resources. And last but not least, your Chamber of Commerce. It's often overlooked, but I can guarantee you your Chamber of Commerce will get you in the door with local businesses that hopefully will then, in return, lead to more commercial cleaning contracts. So find yourself a cleaning community that talks operations, sales, the knowledge gap that you need. Connect with those people within that community and actually network, commit to the learning, and watch yourself grow. But I will say this, does franchising fix the knowledge gap? No. Can franchising be good? Yes. Is it less profitable? I'll let you decide, but in our experience, yes. Hey guys, if you like this podcast, if you like this, the information that we're putting out, I ask you to share our podcast, rate our podcast, share it with a fellow cleaner, share it with your staff, someone within your company. We do have a community of like-minded commercial cleaners looking to increase their sales. We want to be the number one commercial cleaning sales resource in the entire world. So by doing that, we have a Profitable Cleaner Facebook group. Click the links below. That's where all the information about us that you can dive in and absolutely free of charge start learning today. And we just welcome you to be part of the Profitable Cleaner group. With that being said, talk to you next episode. Thanks.